Hello viewers, hope you all are fine. So this is Dr. Sudha and today I welcome you all to my video that is based on your Unit 4 of your AECC1 Environment Study and Disaster Management. As you all know that it is one compulsory subject for all BA, B.Sc, become first year students in each and every college. Okay, so you have to appear 100 marks of examination also in your first semester university examination. So the examination will be in two categories. One will be in internal time and the other will be at university level. So bearing 20 marks and 80 marks respectively. Okay, so you have to face multiple choice question, means 1 mark question, and that is fill up the dash, one word answer, and your 2 mark questions. Okay, and your 8 mark questions, then 3 mark question, like this. Okay, so you have to be careful and be thorough in all these contents. So keeping in this in mind, I have taken a small step through my YouTube channel, and the name of my channel is Environ World for Students, in which you will get each and every solution of this paper. Okay, so till now I have made different playlist for Odia medium and English medium students separately. So you can watch separate videos for those or the students, those who want to appear your examination through English medium. You are informed to watch the English medium question. Okay, so and today it is our fourth class of Unit 4, which will be regarding communicable disease. Okay, especially on COVID-19. So before going to the discussion, I would like to request you all, those who are new to my video and who have already watched but till yet you have not subscribed my channel, so please subscribe my channel and share among your friends so that you will get each and every solution of this paper. Okay, so now let us directly go to the discussion without any further delay. So first let us understand what is a communicable disease. As you all know from our previous classes that communicable disease means the disease which can pass from one infected person to one healthy person. Okay, so diseases that are spread from one person to the other are known as communicable diseases. So diseases that are catching, we can say diseases that are catching. Then diseases that are caused by germs or pathogens specifically. Examples of pathogens include viruses, bacteria, parasitic worm, fungi. Okay, then communicable disease is one that can transmitted from one person to another and is caused by an infectious agent that is transmitted from a source or reservoir to a susceptible host. Okay, and communicable disease is one in which the causative organism or pathogen is carried from one person to another either directly or indirectly. So communicable diseases are also called as infectious disease. Okay. Then modes of transmission means how the diseases or virus, bacteria or infecting agents, they get transmitted from one man to another. Okay, so that is through direct contact, then through vector reservoir, then through food and water, some are airborne, then through indirect contacts. Okay, So direct contact, that is exposure to infected body fluid such as blood or saliva. Then vector or reservoirs, that those are germs are spread by an animal or insect, usually through a bite. Okay. Then food and water. So food and water can become contaminated with germs and people can get sick when they eat or drink them, isn't it? Then airborne, germs are spread through the air. For example, when someone coughs or sneezes, the nearby people is also being affected, isn't it? Then indirect contact. So pathogens remain on surfaces that were in contact with an infected person. Then examples are chickenpox, diphtheria, filariasis, AIDS, then poliomyelitis, then malaria, then measles, tuberculosis, then tetanus, rabies, then socially transmitted diseases. Okay. Then transmission modes. So look here, there are two modes. One is direct, another is your indirect. Direct, that is through physical contact. Aerosis means through air and droplets. Okay. Indirect is your vehicles involved, for example viruses, different pathogens. Okay. Indirect transmission is again of two types. One is inanimate, animate. Okay. That is animate means those who biological agent, that means those who have life, that those are your vector borne, we can say. The inanimate means formites etc. Then your animal or animate or biological contamination or through biological agents, there are two types of transmission mode. One is your mechanical, another is your biological. So again, biological is of three types. One is propagative through viruses, then cyclo-developmental, that is your filaria worms, then your silco-propagative is malaria. Okay. So you see here, in case of human pathogen transmission, how it transforms. So infection caused by contact and feces, means through handshakes, for which during COVID-19, due to check the transmission of this disease, the all are advised, or all were advised not to come in contact with each other, means don't shake your hand with others. Okay. Then infection caused by pathogens in blood streams and tissues. Then another is your infection caused by contaminated water, then infection caused by airborne transmission. So these are the modes how the contamination occur from person to person. Okay. Then let us directly go to the coronavirus, because we have to discuss today specially on COVID-19. So coronavirus, that is abbreviated as COV, are a large family of viruses that cause illness. Okay, excuse me. Ranging from the common cold to more severe disease such as Middle East respiratory syndrome and severe acute respiratory syndrome, that is SARS-CoV virus. Okay, a novel coronavirus is a new strain that has not been previously identified in humans. This is for the first time identified in case of human being. Then coronaviruses are zoonotic, meaning they are transmitted between animals and people. So detailed investigation found that SARS-CoV was transmitted from civet cats to human and MERS-CoV from dromedary camel to humans. Then several known coronaviruses are circulating in animals that have not yet infected humans. Okay. Then coronavirus disease, which was in 2019, that is COVID-19, is a severe acute respiratory infection caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome corona virus 2, that is SARS-CoV-2, previously called as 2019 novel coronavirus. Okay. So the virus was identified, as you all know, that the cause of an outbreak of pneumonia of unknown cause in Wuhan city, isn't it, in China in December 2019. So now let us see what is that. So SARS-CoV-2 refers to severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2. Okay, S for severe, then acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2, which was announced by ICTV, means International Committee on Taxonomy of Viruses. Okay, as the name of the new virus on 11th February 2020. This name was chosen because the virus is genetically related to the coronavirus responsible for the SARS outbreak of 2003. While related, the two viruses are different. Okay. So COVID-19 is the name of this new disease announced on 11th February 2020. Following guidelines, there are different guidelines, okay, previously developed with the World Organization for Animal Health and the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations FAO. Okay, so SARS-CoV-2 is previously unknown beta coronavirus and discovered in ball samples taken from clusters of patients who presented with pneumonia of unknown cause in Wuhan city in China in December 2019. Then SARS-CoV-2 sarbecovirus subgenus of the Coronaviridae family, seventh coronavirus known to infect human. So it is the seventh coronavirus of the Coronaviridae family. Okay. A majority of patients in the initial stages of this outbreak reported a link to the Wuhan, South China seafood market, a live animal or a wet market, suggesting a zoonotic origin of the virus. Okay. So coronavirus morphology, if you will see, the coronavirus term is derived from Latin word that is corona, meaning crown or halo. On electron microscopy, fringe of large bulbous surface projections image of a royal crown. Okay, you see here, these are the envelope protein. Okay, in case of coronavirus, these are spike protein. Okay, it is spike protein, and this you see this thread-like structure inside is your RNA. Okay, then inside the RNA, these are the nucleocapsid protein. Then these are the membrane protein. This blue color shows the membrane protein. This is the structure of a coronavirus. Okay. So these are enveloped, then non-segmented positive sense RNA virus, then 20 nanometer long club or petal shaped projections. Okay. So if we will see the clinical features, then coronavirus incubation period is 1 to 27 days. What is incubation period? There is another class, that means in your syllabus there is a class to discuss about your details regarding incubation period. Okay, so you don't worry now. I will teach you in the next class that what do we mean by incubation period. Incubation period means I just want to give a little hint here, that incubation period means suppose a germ enter to your body. Okay, so immediately the symptoms will not appear. Okay, it will take in some cases few hours, in some cases few days, in some cases few weeks to symptoms to come. Okay, so those periods in which the agent, okay, or the virus multiply inside your body and prepare itself to bring the symptoms. Okay, that period is known as incubation period. Okay, so its recovery time is 3 weeks to 6 weeks, and frequently reported signs and symptoms of patient those who are affected by coronavirus are, as you all know, during the COVID pandemic. Okay, so fever will be there. In 77 to 98% people, they will be affected by fever. Then cough. In case of 46 to 82% patient, cough was a severe symptom. Then myalgia or fatigue in case of 11 to 52%. Then shortness of breath 3 to 31%. So these are the symptoms with the person who affected by the coronavirus COVID-19. Okay. Then less commonly reported respiratory symptoms include sore throat, then headache, then your cough with sputum production and or hemoptysis. Okay. So, if we will compare that COVID-19 to other common conditions, then symptoms, let us see the symptoms. So, in case of COVID-19, common cold, flu and allergies, how they are related. Okay, symptoms. So first, in if we will compare the fever, then in COVID-19 it is common. Then in common cold, fever is rare. In case of flu, fever is common. Then in case of allergies, fever comes sometimes, not in all the cases. Then dry cough, it is common in COVID-19. Then dry cough condition is mild in case of common cold. Then in case of flu, your dry cough is common. Then in case of allergies, your dry cough appear or come sometimes. Then shortness of breath is a common symptom during COVID-19. So during common cold, no such symptom appears. Then in case of flu also no such symptom appears. But in case of allergy, the shortness of breath is a common symptom. Okay. Then if we will see the headache, then in during COVID-19 sometimes the headache comes. Then in case of common cold, it rarely comes. In case of flu, headache is a common. Then in case of allergy, it comes sometimes. Then aches and pains in the body. So during COVID-19, it comes sometimes. And during common cold, it is a common symptom. Then in case of flu, it is a common symptom. In case of allergy, no such type of pains and aches. Okay. So sore throat, that is your, it occurs sometimes in case of COVID-19, then common in case of common cold, then common in case of flu and no sore throat in case of allergies. Then fatigue sometimes during COVID-19, sometimes in common cold, flu, in case of flu it is common. Then in case of allergies sometimes. Okay. Then if we will see the case of diarrhea, then in COVID-19 the diarrhea is rare, and during common cold it is no. Then during flu, sometimes diarrhea occurs. During allergy, no such symptoms. Okay. Then runny nose means your the cold will be so severe that your nose will always be wet. Okay, runny nose. So, in case of COVID-19, it is rare. During common cold, it is a common symptom. Then, in case of flu, sometimes runny nose happens. Then, in case of allergy, it is a common symptom. Then, sneezing, no sneezing occurs during your COVID-19 as a symptom of the disease. Then, during common cold, sneezing is a common phenomenon. During flu, no such symptom. Then during allergy, it is a common symptom. Okay. So these were the common symptoms seen during COVID-19, common cold, flu and allergies. So classification, symptoms were categorized as mild case, severe cases, critical cases. Okay. So what are these? The majority or 81% of these coronavirus disease cases were mild cases, include all patients without pneumonia or cases of mild pneumonia. Okay. Then in case of severe cases, these include patients who suffered from shortness of breath, then respiratory frequency, then 30 per minute greater than equal to 30 per minute respiratory frequency. Then blood oxygen saturation will be less than 93%. Then your long filtration will be greater than 50% within 24 to 48 hours. Then in case of critical case, include patients who suffered respiratory failure, septic shock and or multiple organ dysfunction or failure. Okay. Then whatever its treatment process, it is one important thing. So in case of mild cases, supportive treatment like your antihistamine and analgesics. Then in case of moderate case, oseltamivir, so 150 milligram BLD for 5 days. Okay. Then hydroxychloroquine, these are the medicine provided during that COVID-19 to reduce the body temperature. Then chloroquine, 500 milligram for 14 days, or ribavirin. Okay, as you all know, are acquainted with all these types of medicines during COVID periods, isn't it? Then in case of severe cases, oseltamivir, then Kaletra, then hydroxychloroquine, then chloroquine, all these, then your ribavirin, all these are used for reducing the patient's injury. Okay. Then critical, in case of critical cases, your oseltamivir, then Kaletra, then ribavirin, then hydroxychloroquine or chloroquine. Then investigation therapies are your flavilavir, remdesivir, then telcoplanin, then tocilizumab. All these are the investigational therapies used to cure the COVID-19 patients. Okay. Then prevention. Because we know that prevention is better than cure. So problem can catch COVID-19 from other who have the virus. The disease can spread from person to person because it is one communicable disease. So that spreads through small droplets from the nose or mouth, which are spread when a person with COVID-19 coughs or exhales. Okay, these droplets land on objects and surfaces around the person, and other people then catch COVID-19 by touching these objects or surfaces, then touching their eyes, nose or mouth. Okay. Then people can also catch COVID-19 if they breathe in droplets from a person with COVID-19 who coughs out or exhales droplets. Okay. This is why it is important to stay more than 1 meter, means 3 feet away from a person who is infected by COVID-19 or who are sick. Okay. Or any symptom persist. If someone sneezes with it, it takes about 10 feet before it drops to the ground and is no longer airborne. Okay. If it drops on a metal surface, it will live for at least 12 hours. So, if you come into contact with any metal surface, wash your hands as soon as you can with a bacterial soap. On fabric, it can survive for 6 to 12 hours. Normal laundry detergent will kill it. Then washing hands frequently, as the virus can only live on hands for 5 to 10 minutes. but a lot can happen during that time. You can rub your eyes, pick your nose unwittingly, and so on. Okay. Then the most effective way of preventing the flu is through vaccination, as we all know. And for this, your government provide us the 2 doses of vaccine, and nowadays booster dose is also giving to the people as a precautionary dose. Okay, so many strains of influenza can cause infection. The most common strains vary depending on the season. Doctors will try to predict what strains will be most common each season to select the right vaccine components. Then there is currently no vaccine available for the SARS-CoV-2 infection, and the virus is new, and developing safe vaccine takes time. Then the best way to prevent the spreading of SARS-CoV-2 virus includes washing hands regularly, then avoiding touching the face, keeping at least 6 feet away from anyone sneezing and coughing, then covering the mouth when sneezing or coughing, then staying at home if feeling unwell, then working from home if possible, then avoiding crowds and gathering of any size. Okay. So, dear students, dear viewers, these were all for today's lecture. So, in which we came to know about the details regarding COVID-19, its infection process, then its effects, then its your prevention, cure methods. Okay. So, I think you all understand it properly. So, for today, we will leave, and I will meet you again with one new video of content, new content for Unit 4. Okay, so till then, bye bye and take care. And my request to you all again, if you have not subscribed my channel till yet, to give some motivation to me so that I can work more for you, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.